channel, a little bit about everything. We are the 18th of January 2021 and it's currently 11:20. This is just a stand that I made for this saw, and I bolted the saw down to this table here that I made. And the saw itself, I think there's something wrong with the gear train in here. I don't know if they're spiral, bevel, helical gears, or what kind of gears are in here. But it's obviously got a gear reduction right here. And this is solid. They don't make saws like this anymore. Now it's all aluminum. This is cast steel. And it weighs a ton. It's a Makita Miter Saw, says on here, a 355 millimeter, 355. I'm guessing that's the blade, and it's model number LS1400. LS1400. It's doubly insulated, so grounding not required, says on the saw. 1380 watt, 60 hertz, 3200 RPM. I mean, this saw paid itself off. So I'm going to take it apart to see what's up with the gear train in this. Okay, I hope everything goes well. So let's get started. I'm going to take off the blade. It's a 13 millimeter, it's a metric saw. It's probably a combination of both. This is a pretty hefty blade. I think it's got something like 80 teeth on it. It's due for another cleaning. It's not the carbide that actually screws up on these. It's the gum, the wood gum that gets behind the carbide, and it pulls out slivers on the other end when you're cutting something, right? The cut's all nice until you get out the back of the wood, out back here, and slivers all over the place. Well, that's what causes it. And all you need is warm water and dish soap, and you can clean all that gunk off. And the saw is like new again afterwards. By the looks of it, I have on this side 4 these 4 bolts are what actually hold this gear train onto there. I'm going to take off the I'm going to see if this comes off in one piece actually. That would save me the problem of taking that apart. this cover off. This is just oh, you can't see that from there, can you? I'll move you over here and give you a zoom on that. I'm just taking this cover off. See what's under there. And it's just something holding down the wiring. Okay, so then I can take that cover off. Okay. That can stay in there. Now, will this come off? It should. It should come off in one piece, actually. So the 4 screws are here. I don't think there's anything wrong with the armature itself. The whole cover's going to come on. Those were the 4 screws I just took off. You can see the fan in here, and it is turning pretty lightly. But there's something obviously wrong in there because I'm guessing it's stripped gear or something. I'm just going to brush some of that dust off. I don't want it to go inside anything that's going to give me some extra trouble to get it going again, if I can. Which I hope I can. Okay, so now oh, they're not on there today, are they? That piece is held on here. Phew. If I'm lucky, it's only a bearing. If that's the case, I'll be smiling. I'll try to smile anyways, but I'd like to save this saw. That bearing's not going rough. There's no play in it. There's no grabbing or anything. I could probably just pump some grease in there. Well, I finished by actually removing the armature. Okay, and that bearing's bad, and this one has no race and no grease in it anymore. So I'm going to change these and the key on the gear assembly, and I think that should fix the problem. I am happy. See? You can hear it, and that one's the same way, so I'm going to replace those. Well, this is the since I'm changing some bearings, I'm going to change all of them. Okay, and this housing, I don't want to destroy the housing, so I'm using, there must be a, I'm going to clean up this surface a little bit better, and I'm going to use it to press this bearing out. Now, got some goodies here. One, two, three bearings. Three brand new bearings. And I gotta get some grease. I'm gonna use some, well, it's crazy grease, but it's multi-purpose and it's waterproof grease, and it's got lithium in it. So it's really an all-around grease, and it's sort of like creamy, like butter, like what you would see on a bearing grease. And I believe it's this bearing here. Okay. I know it's pressed on here, then pressed on in there. I just don't know what's the order of that. Grease. Now I'm gonna go get a something that's the same size of the race, like a socket. It's the best fit I can find. That is the thinnest one I got, I think. Unless this is. Socket barely hangs on there. Now that I know what size of socket I need, I can go get my socket. When you're pressing bearings, you always want to work with the inner race. If you press on the outer race, what's going to happen is you're going to mar the bearings or score the cage, or the race I should say. There we have it press fit. So this is the orientation that it goes in. And I put a little bit of grease on that bearing, some pressure grease. And it doesn't look like there's too much pressure going in, but okay. I bought some key stock for this, but I don't know if I'm going to actually change it because it was fit on there pretty darn snug. Now for the armature. But before I actually do the armature, I think I'm going to try to chuck this in the lathe between centers and try to take some of this down with a file. If I try with a cutter, I know I'm going to fill in the grooves with muck or copper residue. But this commuter's all rounded out. Brushes did a number on that armature. I don't know if it's because of arcing or it sure wore them down. 35, 90, 36. It's almost done. I'd like to see a shiny surface go all the way around. I don't know how much material. Oh, I can stick my fingernail in there, so should be good. Alrighty. So here we are with the saw. And I cleaned out. This grease is kind of like, I don't know if it reminds me of RTV, like RTV that hasn't settled. So I don't know if it's like a high pressure lubricant, or I'm sort of reluctant not to use it again. Of course, this grease is from the 80s. So it's hard to say if it's just worn out or like over time. Grease loses its viscosity and chunks up, right? This is the consistency of that. It looks like butter, and that's grease that I actually used on my lathe bearing. Lathe main bearings. Nice and thick around there. I'm going to put some everywhere so that way nothing's rust. Nothing's going to rust, right? So that's how it goes. I'm still a little concerned by the amount of grease that was back there. I think I'm going to put some more just to make sure that if it does go slamming into the back wall there and there, that it's going to have some dampener, right? Something to dampen it. And that's it for that part. and the switch. Very well made. I'm just going to get I bought some new brushes, and for that to fit in there I've got to remove the old ones and then insert the new ones. As you can tell, they're not really, there is some wear on them, but that is really a bad contact area. I'm going to lose my battery, and I'm going to continue putting this together. I'll get back to you once it's all done. Well, here goes nothing. Test drive. Hope it works. Sure can smell the brushes. There's supposed to be a kickoff, like a brake on it, but it doesn't seem to be working. Maybe it's because the brushes ain't seated enough yet, right? There's a whole lot of sparking going on this side.